Hey friends, let me know if you can hear me. I'm using earbuds today. This is a little bit different for me. All right, pulling up the chat. I have friends here. Hi, welcome. Karen Suki, it's good to see you. And Laurie, it's good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. I'm going to pop out the chat. All right. Hi, Maria. How are you? Welcome in. Awesome, awesome. All right. Let me know if you can hear me okay. All right. How's everybody doing? How was your week? Happy Friday. Let's get our space ready. Laurie, thank you so much. That is so sweet. Thank you. Aw. Awesome, Laurie. Laurie, if you have a question, let me know. I always like to take care of those who make a donation first. So if you have a question, let me know. And then if not, I can read for Maria. I see she has a question. Okay, sound is good. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, it's Friday. Let's clear the energy. And you know what? We have, let's see, February 1st is the full moon. February 1st. I'm looking at these cards here. They're very handy. I got them when I ordered a deck. Let me know if the screen is clear. Hold on one second. This might hurt for a second. Hold on. Okay. All right. Beautiful. So I have it's a full moon mist, and I picked this up at a metaphysical shop here in Florida. It has frankincense, sandalwood, rose, sweet orange, clear quartz, rose quartz, and obsidian. Hey, Teresa, thank you. Le chapeau. It was cold today. So, oh, that smells amazing. Welcoming in that full moon energy. Take Maria, I will think of my question. Okay, that sounds good. Thank you, thank you. Hello and welcome, Teresa. All right. So we'll start with she has a question and it was work related. So I feel like let's use the Metamuse and we can read for Maria. I'll leave the little booklet out. So I did pull out a couple of extra decks today, but I think for this question, we'll use the Metamuse. All right, so Maria, time-wise, okay, preschool teacher, and I take it that you're applying for a medical worker as well, okay. Okay, looking for a job, working with children, all right. And I take it that you have like, I think you're in a different country if I remember correctly. So they probably have different like requirements. But I'm thinking you probably have like all of the, whatever it is that they're looking for in order to be able to work in a school. Is that right? Yes, in Norway. Okay. All right. So let me go back to the question and when. So it's when. When do you see me getting a new job? Will it be a permanent job? Okay, so that is two questions. Let's see. All right, so for Maria, all right, Maria. I'm gonna pause here because so far the cards that came out, um, Kasori, hi, how are you? Welcome in. Thanks for being here. The two cards that came out, both of them kind of flew out of the deck, so we're just gonna go with this. And then I also want to pull an oracle card for you. So let me get this deck out because I feel like these two decks are great complements to each other. Hard work, but very rewarding. Yes, I agree. All right, I have to cover part of this card because there's a little bit of nudity and I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. So let me do like this. All right. So the first card that has come up is the 10 of Swords. So let me know if it's clear on the screen. 10 of Swords. So at first glance, this might not look like good news, right? But what I say is the good news is this sunrise in the horizon. This means that you're coming to the end of this situation that you're in right now, which means when there's an ending, there's going to be a beginning. So that's optimistic, right? I see, like, first of all, the swords, they're connected to the element of air, and air is connected to thought and to communication. And what I'm seeing is that, the situation of perhaps being out of work has probably caused a little bit of anxiety for you, maybe a source of stress or worry. And that's, completely understandable. So I do feel like it's weighing on you right now because it's a pressing matter, it's an urgent matter. But the other card that has come out of the deck is the beautiful Queen of Pentacles. And I love that of all the queens, this was the queen that showed up because she is connected to earth energy, but also this would be the queen, like, of all the queens, the one connected to finances and to work and to career would probably be this one. And so with this queen energy, it's kind of like right now while you're in between and you're looking for the right opportunity to come up for you, this is the time to be setting yourself up for success. So if there's an opportunity for you to do some additional coursework, some certifications, maybe reach out to your community and see if you can get any letters of referral, refresh your resume, start to tinker with your interviewing skills. Like, these are all things that you could be doing to prepare yourself for that moment when the time comes. The Queen of Pentacles is all about opportunities, seeking opportunities, and putting their best foot forward. So I do see that there is, like, that you're in this like in between space where you're not working but you're looking to work, and right now, things could be rough for you. But I feel like this queen is coming in with some suggestions of what you could do in the meantime while you're waiting to prepare for what's coming. So I'm going to pull an oracle card for you as well, and then we can go from there. Hey, Sharbati, how are you? It's good to see you. Right here. Ooh, look what you have here. So we have the card Cherish, which is awesome, right? Because this is kind of suggesting that you cherish this opportunity that you have right now. Like, yes, you would rather be working and you want to get back in there, but the time that you have right now is it's valuable, right? Like once you get to work, you're not going to have this much time on your hands. So make sure that you are taking advantage and using that time to the best of your ability, because it's a very special time when we have time to ourselves, right? So we have the card Cherish, and I want to look into the book. It's card number 7, okay? And let's see. I'm going to read to you the affirmation in this card, okay? It says, I am present in my life and I share this existence with. I soak in the beauty and I wonder, I'm sorry, I soak in the beauty and wonder of what surrounds me. I find value in what is before me. And I feel like that's key. Sometimes we let our thoughts kind of overwhelm us, and instead of appreciating the beauty of where we are right now, we're rushing to get to the next step. But remember, life is about the journey, not so much the destination. So I feel like this is kind of asking you, uh you know take the right steps to prepare for that opportunity when it comes, but in the meantime, use your time to your advantage. I think this is a very beautiful card. All right, so that is what I have for you, Maria. Let me know your thoughts. I know you asked about timing. These type of things are very difficult to do with tarot. I do have coins. I have, which I can flip a coin, but this just feels very random. I have a no, and then on the other side is yes. So we can flip it and see what happens. The other coin, let me see what I have. I have 2, and this is the same. Yes, no. Yes, no. So, like I said, timing is very difficult. There are some readers that read, for timing. That's not my specialty. The best I could do is kind of give you advice and support for these next few months while you're preparing for that opportunity. All right. Thank you for coming to the channel, and thank you for letting me read for you. Okay. So, let me see. All right, Teresa has a question. Okay, I'll read for you next, Teresa. Now that I'm walking on my path, will there be financial opportunities that will follow? I'm donation based at the moment. Okay. All right, so we'll read for that. Karen Suki, both my sisters work with kids, hard work, but very rewarding. I agree. Not everybody is made for that. So I'm always like, thankful that the people with the right energy step into those, positions, because we need good teachers, we need good role models, we need people that have love and patience and understanding towards children. So I love that. Okay, so Maria says, I have an assignment until June. So until June, I have to find something new. Okay. Well, the good news is that you started early, which is great. Like some people wait a little bit too long. So I think that there is something coming for you, and I think you have time to prepare. And so hopefully you can come back and give us like a positive update on your situation. All right, let me see. Laurie, I feel pulled in a lot of directions. The retreats are down the road. When I have a cushion for expenses, I feel like I'm just hopping crazy timelines here and just need a vacation. I feel you. Question whatever comes up. Okay. All right. So, Teresa, I'm gonna read for Laurie. Laurie made a donation at the start of the live, and she was trying to come to terms with her question. So I'm going to read for her and then I'll read for you. So you're second on the list, okay? And Sharbati, thank you for stopping in. Let me see. Okay. All right. Oh, why is I have to change it to live chat. For some reason, it was on the other one. I wish it just defaulted to live chat. I don't like the other one. Okay. Thank you for stopping in to say hello, Sharbati. I appreciate you. Ooh, this deck shuffles so nicely. Okay. All right. Laurie, you're pulled in a lot of directions and you're hopping around all over the place, but really, if you feel like you need a vacation, that means that you're feeling tired and you're feeling exhausted, which makes it difficult to decide, okay, what do I do next? When you say that the retreats are down the road, like, is that within weeks or is that like months? I think that I want to use the Oracle of Many Paths for you, Laurie. All right. Because I feel like this is a great deck for deciding next steps. And this is a newer deck to my collection, but I've been loving it for decision making. And actually, I did some fooling around with this deck and I came up with some spreads. So if you have, are you in a situation where okay, months. Okay, good to know. Are you in a situation where you have two options or you're just trying to decide what to do first? Let me know because I feel like there's a couple of options in here that we could do for you. There's one here that says maybe choosing the path that you want versus choosing the path that you need, right? So I feel like that's a good option for you. Or kind of along the same vein, um, the path that's going to bring you the most ease or the path that's going to bring you growth. So I'm going to offer you those two suggestions and let me know which one you feel like would be good for you, for your situation. I have a lot of options. Okay, so let's do this one. Path of ease versus path of growth. This is so exciting, by the way, because I love this deck. So any opportunity I have to play with it, I get so excited. So thank you for this beautiful question and for letting me read for you. Ooh, I also have a deck that I received as a gift from someone in the chat. I'm not going to mention any names, but that would be an excellent one to use as a clarifier or as advice or inspiration at the end of the reading. So we can do that too. That would be cool. Okay. Maria, maybe the Ten of Wands means in October. Let me see if the book mentions anything about timing. Ten of Wands. Because this particular deck that I used for you, Maria, has astrological association, so I'm going to check what that card was connected to. Ten of Swords. Right here. Ten of Swords is connected to, or it's in the decan where the sun is in Gemini. Sun is in Gemini. I mean, if you go by that, Gemini is I want to say Gemini is after Taurus. Aries, Taurus, Gemini. What did I say? Sun in Gemini. I have this really cool book that I just received and I brought it with me just in case. So hold on. Right here. Oh my God, I flipped it exactly to the page that I needed. Ten of Swords, Sun in Gemini. It's interesting because it says when the sun passes by, it clears away the clouds and it illuminates the shadows. So I feel like uh, things are going to be like foggy for you for quite a bit of time until that opportunity becomes available. And then all of a sudden, everything is going to make itself clear to you. The suffering ends. All right. The third, here's what I'm going to tell you what it says in the book, okay? The third decan of Gemini falls between June 11 and 20. So if we were going to go with timing based on the card, I would say somewhere in the summer, you may know something about when. Like either that's when the opportunity becomes available or that's when you get a yes back on an application that you've completed or an interview that you've gone to. So third decan of Gemini, June 11th through June 20th. Look how cool that is. I was able to answer that question. Thank you to this book. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is so awesome. Thank you so much. All right. Sorry for that detour. I just wanted to make sure that Maria had that answer. Okay. I don't even know if Maria's still here. Maria. She may have left. Okay. All right. So we are gonna then read for I have Laurie and then I have Teresa. So Laurie, I think she said growth. Growth sounds great. Okay. So we're going to pick a card for, all right, so hold on. Okay. Card number one is going to be what feels smooth here. What feels smooth? What feels smooth right here? Okay. Oh, that's interesting. And then card number two is going to be what you might overlook in this situation. Ooh, okay. Now, that was like the easy easy road, right? Easy street. Now let's look at growth. So this is going to be card number 3. What can help you expand here? Ooh. And then the 4th card is going to be what feels uncomfortable. Ooh, okay. That's uncomfortable, all right. And then the last card is going to be, let me see, what aligns with your values. But I'm going to wait on that card. Thank you, Laurie. I'm going to wait on that card until we read through the first cards, okay? So let me set that aside, put you over here. We have card 1 and card 2. So card 1 was what feels smooth here. We have card number 62. So we're going to go to the book. 62. Oh, interesting. Queen of Swords. So this came out in the position. Hey, Chip, how are you? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. I got my winter hat on. All right. This is what feels smooth here. We have the Queen of Wands. So, when I looked at it at first, I was like, what the heck? Why do they have so many swords? But, you know, imagine how skilled you have to be to manipulate this many swords at one time, is what I'm going to tell you. So, again, the question was, what feels smooth here? You have the Queen of Swords. So for this card, the keywords are independence, courage, and free will. So that is what feels good right now. I feel like you're in a situation where you can make your choices without letting your emotions get in the way. For me, the Queen of Swords is she has a very logical mind, right? And so this is looking at like sitting down, making your pros and cons lists, and making decisions based off of that, right? And so, but that's like the comfort zone spot, right? What you could overlook. We have card number 27. I want to say that this is the Six of Wands. Hold on one second. 27. Yeah, the Six of Wands. I was gonna say because of that gigantic rainbow right there, right? So this is the card of self-recognition, of luck, and of success. So if there are two things that you are debating on, I feel like the comfortable one is gonna put you in a situation where you're using your gifts to your advantage, and it's going to end well. Like you're going to have success on the journey. Like the journey is it's going to take its turns here and there, but you're going to have success. You can tell because look at that rainbow, right? The rainbow arch right through that path. So this is if you take the comfortable route. The other side of this equation is, where can you expand? And for this card, I don't have to look in the book. I can tell you right now, this is the Queen of Pentacles. And it's interesting, this is the second time that the Queen comes out today. The Queen of Pentacles, this is earth energy. The Queen is very grounded, right? And it's interesting because here you had two queens come out. You had Queen of Swords and Queen of Pentacles. This one is being in your head, and this one is being in your body. Hopefully, you get what I'm saying. This one is being in your body. This one is about opportunities, making opportunities happen for you. This is about cultivating what you need in order to be successful, to be abundant, and to grow. So that's a very interesting card to have in that position. And then card number four, what feels uncomfortable? Well, it's kind of like a wild card. Let me show you. It's kind of it's kind of wild. So this is card number 68, and I'm going to tell you right now what that is. Five of Pentacles. So what feels uncomfortable? What feels uncomfortable is that there's this in between stage, and you could be worried about whether or not the situation is gonna be enough for you to cover your finances. That's kind of what I'm getting from this card. Five is a number connected to challenges, and pentacles being earth, you could think of it like the coin. And I feel like if you choose the path that is going to bring you growth, it could come with a little bit of stress and anxiety, because in the beginning you're not sure if you're going to be able to make what you need to make it successful for you. But remember that pentacle energy is very slow, right? This is about doing things slowly and methodically over time, right? Because eventually there's going to be a payoff, but it requires that we be consistent and strategic with what we're doing. And with that queen, it's like that constant reminder to stay grounded. Stay grounded. Try not to spend too much time in your head if you choose that option for growth. I'm immediately loving the growth option versus the ease option. And I told you we were going to pull out a second card, and I'm going to get that deck that I received. This was a beautiful, unexpected gift that I got, and I think it's perfect for this. It's called Divine Doors. So I'm going to shuffle this and see if we cannot get the answer for what aligns with your values. Which option is it going to be? If you're not familiar with this deck, ooh, the card flew out. Wow. I'm going to show you the card. It's a very ornate door. So basically, this deck features a different kind of door on every single card. And it's a very ornate, elaborate door. And oh my gosh. Wow. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Thank you so much, Chip. Oh, thank you. Mm, thank you, thank you. And I love it so much. All right. So pausing, right? Because Chip just gifted memberships to the channel. So we have Teresa Wounds to Wisdom, Witchy Trista, which, we all, love and adore her. Karen Suki, who was in the chat today. We have Chris, and let me see, did I get everybody? Oh, and Carolina, Aquarius Tarot Adventures, and she actually comes to our lives all the time. So I'm thrilled. Thank you so, so much. I appreciate you. Awesome. All right, so here is the door. Here's the doorway, and I'm going to read you the message on the back of the card. Three-eyed raven. It says, as sunrise hits upon the dew, a messenger raven calls out with news. Oh, oh my God. Wait, I gotta read that to you again, right? So it's the three-eyed raven, and I feel like it's because of these three windows here, right? But it says, as sunrise hits upon the dew, a messenger raven calls out with news. So, Laurie, I feel like this is a little bit of divination coming into this reading. So it sounds like you may get news that you need in order to help you make this decision. And the other thing that it says here is prepare for the unexpected. Ooh, love that. Love that so, so much for you. Are you here? Please tell me that you're listening. Are you listening to this? You got awesome cards. I feel that you definitely need to take the choice that's gonna lead to growth. Just saying. Karen Suki, I'm back. I had to feed and water my kitties, but I always have my earbuds in. Oh, that's so awesome. You got a membership from Chippy. Thank you, Chip. All right, Lori. Lori, are you there? Did you fall off of your seat, Lori? Boa noite. Hi, welcome, and thank you for being here. Buenas noches. Boa noite. Note. Note. I love this reading for you. It's gorgeous, right? So let's recap real quick, right? On the easy street, if you decide, let's just kind of go with the flow and I'll just keep doing what I do, you had the Queen of Wands and you had, or sorry, the Queen of Swords and you had the Six of Wands. So that tells me, yeah, you'll probably be successful doing, that if you choose to do that. But on the path of growth, I feel like there's a real opportunity to build something beautiful. And I feel like it's gonna open doors for you. Could you imagine if this a magnificent door? How ironic, because this is the five, like this is like the Five of Pentacles. And in the Five of Pentacles, it's usually the card that has the church window. Look how much this looks like those church windows, right? It looks like stained glass. Oh, this is so, so cool. I love this reading for you. This awesome, awesome deck. All right. Sharbati sent it to me. I said it. Sharbati sent it to me. It's so good. She sent me this and she sent me the book. It's amazing. I love it. Because I'm trying to spruce up my astrology and I feel like it could help. And the reading that I did for Maria, Chip, I should have been a member, but I forgive you, Chip. I forgive you. I forgive you. This was awesome. What a great reading for you. Oh, Trista's here. Hey, Trista. Oh my gosh, that is so cool, right? Chip just gifted out memberships and you got one. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that you came over. All right, my beautiful souls. Okay, so that was the beautiful reading for Laurie. So thank you for letting me read for you. This is amazing. Okay, and all right. And I'm sorry that I made you wait, Teresa. Okay, so Teresa was next on the list, and we're gonna do a reading for Teresa. But Teresa, okay, I gotta scroll back to get to your question. Teresa, I'm checking, I'm scrolling. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think it was good too. And hopefully she heard the timing part at the end because I didn't notice that question until the end. Um, all right. I'm scrolling back to find your question. Okay, now that I'm walking my path, will there be financial opportunities to follow? Because right now you're donation based. Okay, that's a great question. And I trying to hold on. I have quite a few decks here, and I'm trying to see. I kind of feel like we have to use outgrow yourself because that's the whole idea, right? Is we want to outgrow Mr. Bits. How are you? Hello and welcome, Mr. Bits. Mr. Bits, thank you for being here. I'm reading for my friend Teresa. Mr. Bits, I'll have you know that I went today and I did my nails, okay? It's supposed to be purple, but it's like this, it looks like chroma shading on the screen, but they're actually cat eyes. But she did them in a different way. They did not turn out the way that I thought, but they're not bad. I don't know. All right, so we're reading for Teresa, financial opportunities. Heck yeah, we want to know. All right, so let's clear the energy. All right. Surprises are always welcome. That is correct. Sid VT. Hi, welcome in. Thanks for being here. All right, Teresa. There's something that I've been wanting to say for a while, so I'm just going to say it. When I read your question, if you build it, they will come. That's what I'm going to tell you. And let me get here. We need Iris. We need Iris. All right. Okay, did I say hi to everybody in the chat? Ben Bacon. I'm just checking real quick. Nanda Kishore. Hi, how are you? And welcome in. Thanks for being here. All right. They have some sparkles. Some are opalescent, some are pink, and some are purple. Yeah, yeah. Yes. I guess I could tell her to put a different color on every single nail. Can I ask a question? Yes, you can ask a question. You would be the next one on the list. So just put it in capital letters for me so I can find it a little easier once I'm done with this reading, okay? Okay. This is for Teresa. So, Teresa, I feel like there is something that is holding you back. I get the sense that you have a plan, you have something that you want to do moving forward, but there's something that's holding you back. So the card that's come out is this, and it says the key word is ruin, right? And what it says is burn it to the ground. And so what I get from this card is that it might be a little bit of like a limited belief, like maybe fear that it's not going to work out, or fear that you'll be in ruin, or that your plan will be ruined. But the suggestion on the card is, you got to let that go. You got to burn it to the ground so you can start fresh. Because the other card that came out is actually the card of the devil. And like, these decks are here. I'm just going to cover her. I don't know what to cover, so I'm just going to show her like this. And you can see she has like the two little cages, and it says, hide your secret under the tree. But if you do that, that is the energy that's going to keep you where you're at right now, right? I feel like there's something that isn't like niggling in the back of your mind that's holding you from proceeding, that you got to work through and let go. Devil card speaks to like those things that, they're usually like earthly possessions that we kind of hold on to or cling on to. Hi, Michael Stevens. How are you? Okay, I see your question. Sumya, current feelings, Fernanda. Okay, thank you. I'll read for you next, okay? I feel like there is something, and the devil card is speaking to things that we sometimes get attached to. And it could be thoughts, it could be ideas, it could be physical material things, maybe a level of comfort, or it could be so many different things. Hopefully you have an idea what I'm talking about when I say this. So let me pull out an oracle card. Burn it to the ground. It's like one is suggesting, let it all go so you can start fresh, and the other one's like, yeah, stay here with me. So let me see. I feel like you want to be of service to other people. And there is something that you provide that is special, that only you can do. But then look at this card. This kind of goes with that devil energy. Make it look like night. That's card number 50. I think that's a 3. Make it look like the night. So I'm going to read on that one. Where did my book go? Here. Card number 53. And literally the first thing is priestess of the night. As soon as I hear that, I always think about like the high priestess, right? With that moon there, I feel like that is a call, like that's asking you to connect with your inner self, with your intuition. And if there's a fear there, it's asking you to kind of take a look at that more closely and maybe ask. We talked about this week in your life about asking curious questions. Um, okay, so I'm going to read what it says here, right? When those who have vision in the darkness come out to celebrate the time of the moon. Think about how beautiful that is, right? Someone who walks in love and light has a certain vision. And so when you step out into the darkness, you're able to see things differently. Do not be afraid if what you see makes others feel uneasy. That's interesting. That's interesting because I'm wondering if the thing that is holding you back is maybe like that thought of what are others gonna think or how are others gonna perceive it? What are they gonna, how are they gonna feel towards it? Do we put less value on that which is not sunshiny and bright? We put a veil between the sun and the moon, between the darkness and the light. The night is just as much the truth as the sun. If you use your all knowing to bring your knowledge of ultimate balance and the value of the unseen to those who only live in the daylight, the priestess of the night shows us the darkness to help us achieve temperance. In other words, to achieve a sense of balance. And when you look at the devil card, you could see that that's exactly what's not happening. There is no balance. Is this focusing? So there's something there, but I feel like you have some inner work to do because there could be a limiting belief that is holding you back from making your plans. Because I believe that if you proceed, it will automatically build, it will automatically open doors for you if you proceed. Release it, but don't expect reprieve. Card 22, service. I do want to be of service. I will think about this reading. Okay, so I'm going to say it. You had the card of burn it to the ground, service, the idea that perhaps we should hide secrets under the tree and make it look like the night, which is suggesting connecting with your inner self. All right, so I'm going to pause it there then. This is a difficult reading. Sometimes I do a reading for myself and I have to leave the cards out overnight and kind of think and reflect on them before I come to like a final, some kind of clarity. It might be that way for this particular reading. And then if you want to see any of the information from the guidebook, I can send that to you so you can have a copy of it as well. All right. Thank you for letting me read for you. Okay. I'm going to set this one aside. All right. So let me see here. Okay. So I think the next person was Nanda Kishore. And then hi Crystal. Welcome in. All right, so I have Nanda wants to know current feelings. Oh, Sumya's current feelings for Nanda. Okay, so you want to know how somebody else feels about you. And okay, and Michael. Michael, I see your question. So I'll do your question, Michael, after I do Nanda. And Crystal. Oh. You want to be put on the list to ask questions. Okay. All right. So you're like number 3, Crystal. Okay. So Nanda is here. So we'll start with Nanda. Nanda wants to know other person's feelings towards Nanda. I'm going to use this deck right here. We're gonna go with Beetlejuice. We'll give Beetlejuice a shuffle. Mistaken Identity 7. Hello and welcome from Nairobi. It's nice to see you. Welcome in. Awesome, awesome. Mistaken Identity. There's a list, so it might be at least 30 minutes before I get to you. So I just want to put that out there. All right. All right. Nanda. All right, so we're gonna pull cards for you. So, okay. A card for Nanda. Okay. And then a card for the other person. And a card for advice. Okay. Nanda. So I pulled a card for you. Hi Ashish, Balkaran, how are you? It's good to see you. Welcome in. Sorry, I'm looking for a piece of paper. How could I not have something handy? Stickers. Okay, sorry, give me just a second. I wanted to be able to jot down because the list is getting long. So hold on one second. Randomizes with much. All right, so let me do this. Put that there. And then over here, I'm going to put this. Okay. So I think I need to keep a list over here. All right. So right now I am reading hold on one second, for Nanda. And then after that, it was going to be Michael Stevens. And then I think it was going to be Crystal Davis after that. Okay. I just don't want to lose because sometimes when there's more than just a few, then I miss people. All right. I got it now. Mistaken Identity wanted. And okay. All right. I think I'm caught up there. Okay. Cardio typing. All right. So we're reading for Nanda. Okay. So I pulled a card for your energy. We have the Nine of Swords. Okay. So this is the card of being a little bit stressed out, like worrying or like fearing for the worst. To me, this tells me that you probably have strong feelings for the other person and you're fearful that they may not return the interest, and you likely spend, because this is the card of like nightmares, so you likely spend a lot of time thinking about this, and I get the sense that this is weighing on you. So that's the card for you. Now, the card for the other person, it's actually a major arcana card. It's the card of judgment. And this can mean a lot of things, but maybe the other person is going through something right now that is big in their life. And so right now they're prioritizing other things that for them are a bit more critical at the moment. And so this is showing me that maybe for them, it's not the right time. I'm not saying that they are interested in you or not interested in you, just that the timing might be off. Right now, it just kind of feels like they may be going through something that is big or heavy, and they just may not have the right headspace to be entertaining a relationship with you right now. And then the card for advice, we have the King of Wands. And so, what this is suggesting is perhaps you may need to take a little bit of initiative. You might have to take the reins and kind of take the lead. And so, this could mean making contact with them. I don't know, like, do you have any contact with this person? Like, what is the nature of your relationship? Are you friends? Are you coworkers? Are you students together? Do they know that, like, do they know of you? Do they know who you are? Like, it would be easier to give advice if I knew a little bit more about your situation. Hi, how are you, Desiree? Welcome in. Um, Sorry. When I read cards, I get very warm. So even though it's freezing outside, I have to turn on the fan because I get warm when I'm reading. Okay, let me see. I'm your bestie, Desiree. Yes, I have cool emojis. I love it. Yeah, I get really hot when I read, and I get thirsty too. So, Ashish, I see your question and I'll add you to the list. Okay, so I'm gonna pause right there. Nanda, are you still here? And let me know. Okay, all right. I mean, if you're open to sharing a little bit more information, I would be better able to give you advice for your situation. It just kind of depends. Um, do you want me to do the list? I like actually just started it. You just need guidance. Okay, Crystal, I have you on the list, but we have Michael Stevens before you, so just hang in there for just a moment. Okay. And Desiree, do I want you to do the list? It's helpful if you do the list. Um, so, but like, I want to leave it up to you. If you rather like come and join on screen, I would love that better. Yes, Karen Suki got first love today. Karen Suki got first love, and Chip went crazy and he gifted a bunch of memberships. Oh my gosh, you should have seen it. All right, so Nanda, let me know. If not, I understand because this is a public forum and you may not want to provide a lot of information. But all I'll say for right now is, in terms of the King of Wands, this is saying this is saying be a little bit you might have to be a little bit more of a leader or take a lead in the situation. The King of Wands is also very charming and charismatic. And so if that is in your personality, then you might have to kind of, shine a little bit of that in order to get the other person's interest. You look like a raccoon. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, I have the document open. It's a bit of a disaster. Go to page 4. All right, so that is what I have for you, Nanda. Thank you for coming in. Please remember, for those that are watching, to hit the like button. That's really helpful. If the content resonates, remember to subscribe and tap the bell so that you get notified when I go live to do readings. All right. I'm always happy to see a lot of people who come back for readings, so that gives me, that lets me know that the readings hit home and that you want to, hear more and come back. So thank you for that. You'll clean it up. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I'm a bit of a disaster. I'm a disaster without Desiree. All right, so Michael Stevens had a question, and I think Michael Stevens, because it's probably deeper into the chat, but I think your question was about whether or not you would be able to have lunch with your friend. Was that right? Are you still here, Michael? Yeah. All right. Okay. All right, Michael. All right. So let me see. Lunch with a friend. Lunch with a friend. Let's stick with Beetlejuice. All right. Okay. So will you be able to have lunch with a friend? That's a yes, no question. Okay. Michael Stevens. I'm going to try and go back to your question to see if there's a way that we could rephrase it so we get more than just a yes, no. Will I be able to eat at this restaurant in Annapolis with my friend? Is it more about the restaurant or about having a meal, sharing a meal with a friend? What is the most important thing? Let me know. Hi, Happy. Welcome in. Happy, I love you watching. Oh, is that right? What is ILY? I just said I love you. Happy. That's a cool name. I love that. If you comment after the live, Chip will come through and support your channel as well. Sharing the meal is the most important part. Okay, so it doesn't matter if it's in Annapolis or somewhere else or a different restaurant, just having that time and that space. My neighbor watched the entire thing. What thing? What are you talking about? Karen says you got to put it up as a short. Oh, let me be honest. I was caught carrying salt from my truck to the house and I slid under the truck and I screamed like a little girl. Oh my God. Yeah. I want to see. That's going to be the clip that makes you go viral. That's going to be the clip that makes you go viral. Oh my God. That's hilarious. I'm okay. Hurt pride. Oh. All right. Michael Stevens wants to know. Michael Stevens has beautiful energy, I have to say. Very kind, conscientious person, I can tell. Oh. So the first card that came out is the card of challenge. Oh, interesting. All right, I don't know what the nature of like what the situation is, Michael, but we have the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is usually a card of challenge, and cups, that's connected to our emotions, right? So, with the Five of Cups coming up, I feel like there could potentially be some kind of hiccup or glitch with your plans. But with the Five of Cups, I also get that there's a silver lining to every situation. So it might not work out the way that you were hoping, but if you're open and receptive, it could work out even better than what you thought. Okay, so the other card that came out is the Nine of Swords. And what I'm going to say is try not to worry about it. Because, like, the more you worry or the more time and energy you spend putting towards that thought, it's almost like feeding a monster, right? And you don't want to do that. So every time that comes into your mind, just tell yourself, like, I cancel that thought, I cancel that thought, I cancel that thought, and switch to something else. Don't let that consume you. Because even if it doesn't work out the way that you wanted to, I feel like there's something else. Like, it might not be the way that you wanted, but it's going to bring something even better that you didn't think of. Because that's how the universe works. Like sometimes you want one thing to happen, but something else happens and it's even better, right? So that is what I have for you. Hey, Kathleen, welcome in. That is what I have for you, Michael. Let me know if that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense for you. Oh my gosh, the salt slide all the way to the bottom of the driveway. Chip, I told you not to do these things. All right, hold on. I believe that you are going to have time with this person, just not in the way that you think. That is going to be my response to you. That's my response to you. Now, this is not my favorite thing ever, but since it was a yes no question, I do have a coin. So we can spin it and see what happens if you're open to that. But obviously, with a yes no coin, there's only two options, yes or no. With the tarot, we can read, like there's interpretation. I get your concern. You got snowed in, so now you're like worried. What if it can't happen? Um, I'm gonna spin the coin for you, okay? I'm gonna spin the coin for you. Let's see. I'm not good at this, but let's see. Do you see that? We're getting a yes. Okay. All right, Michael. Now you got to keep me posted because I want to know, and be safe doing whatever you're doing. Like, don't go like Chip and fall down your driveway in front of all the neighbors. Okay? Be safe. Beautiful. Carolina, oh my God. Carolina, Chip gifted you a membership. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy that you came in. All right. So, Crystal Davis, you were next. And I know you said you didn't have a question, you just wanted guidance. So, if you're still here, let me know and we will pull a card for you for guidance. Scotty, how are you? It's good to see you. All right. Crystal. Are you here? Crystal Davis. She wanted guidance. She wanted guidance, so I'm going to use this one, the Cosmic Crossroad. We don't know. There's no question. Just feeling like a little bit of guidance. So here we go. Pull a card. I don't know if you're here or not, so I'll just pull one card in case you come back for the replay. I don't. Sometimes people say that they got booted off or that they were lagging, and there's so many weather issues that it could be possible that people lose connectivity. So I'll pull a card for you for guidance, and then hopefully you'll receive this message when the time is right. Crystal Davis. Guidance for Crystal Davis. Ooh, interesting card. It's very beautiful. And I'm going to get the guidebook. Are those cards, Scotty, compliant? 28. All right. All right, since you don't have a question, I'm just going to kind of read what the guidebook says, and I'll show you the image of the card, and then hopefully that will help kind of answer your question. So there it is, and the key word is paradox. This card is asking to allow for the possibility of two opposing ideas to be simultaneously true. That's interesting. Okay. For it is within the merging of opposites and the embrace of the paradox that we find a deeper sense of understanding. It can be uncomfortable to stand within this place, as it is here where the known becomes unknown and the unknown becomes known. And we can begin to question all that was once held to be true. Know that you are capable of exploring these two ideas at once, and that it is okay if you do not fully understand the paradox before you. Understanding will come in time. Okay. So very interesting. Two opposing things, and two opposing thoughts can be true at the same time. Just like I think it's possible to love two people at the same time. Some people are like, no, how could that be? But I think that that's possible. So that is the card that came up for you. Hopefully that makes sense. That was card number 28, Paradox. And I'll give you an affirmation. I choose my beliefs based on eternal truth that support my growth and nourish me in love. Ah, that's so beautiful. And just looking at this card, you could see it's a very long, windy path. But sometimes those long roads like that, those long journeys are the ones that are well worth it, the ones that bring in change and transformation by shifting the way that we think about things. You can see that there's going to be transformation with those butterflies there. So that is my message for you. Oh, thank you. Okay, you got your 70s New York boppers clothes and hat on. Scotty, you always say something. You always say something. What are you wearing today, Scotty? What are you wearing today, Scotty? Tell me. I got my bling on, you see? I got my two eternity circles or whatever you call them right there. See? Eternity bands. And Scotty always has something to say. This ring is really interesting and unique. It's made from, if you ever see a conch shell, it's like big and beautiful, and the inside is pink. That's what that's made from, that shell. Shorts and a t-shirt, work stuffs. I'm sure you look amazing, Scotty. Ciao, please. Mr. Bits got auto-corrected. Oh no. Oh no. All right, so that was for Crystal Davis, who I think may have moved on. And then a mistaken identity. All right, mistaken identity. I'm really troubled. Okay, let me know what your question is and I'll read for you. Is there, like, what is the thing? Didn't answer. Okay. Mistaken. She didn't answer the question. All right, hold on. Okay. Mistaken identity 7. You are next. And Desiree was reaching out to you so that we can kind of get the nature of the question. Okay. I'm about to be a dad and I'm worried that my past troubles will prevent me from being a good father. That is a very powerful question. So I'm going to use the Meta Muse. First of all, congratulations to you. And congratulations, you have entered the realm of constant worry. As a parent, we're always worried. So I know it's probably a crazy time, a stressful time, a time of change, and there's a lot of fear and anxiety there. So let's pull some cards. When you have a past, here's what I'm going to say about that. All of us, everybody has a past. Everybody has a past. Some people's past is a little bit more colorful than other people, but that's okay because that past made you who you are today. Okay, so let's see. You are worried. You want to be a good dad. Everything starts with intention, and you have a beautiful intention. Oh. Okay. This is my reading for you, Mistaken Identity 7. First of all, thank you so much for being here, for letting me read for you, and for trusting me with this question because I know that this is probably something that has been weighing on your heart for a really long time and probably something that you haven't been able to talk to with other people. That happens. So, the first card that came out is the Two of Wands. This is the card of wands are connected to fire energy. So fire are the things that inspire us, motivate us. You ever hear people saying things like, "Come on, light a fire under it," like like get into it, put your head in the game. That's kind of what this is saying. This is the time for you to be making plans for the future. And you can see that she's kind of standing there and she has literally the world is in her hands, right? The world is your oyster. Now is the time to be setting up and preparing for those big changes that are coming down the road. So we have that card. The other card that has come out is the Six of Cups, which is a really beautiful card. Usually, this is a card of nostalgia, right? You see this older child here passing the flowers down to the younger child, but sometimes this could also bring up inner child, right? Like this could bring up any fears or worries or traumas that you had as a kid growing up that as parents we automatically start to worry, what if I do this to my child? And so I'm kind of getting that could be a possibility, something that is in the back of your mind. But the final card, and this is an important card because this is a major arcana card, right? So it has heavier, the majors have a heavier weight because they usually stand for bigger issues than just regular day-to-day things. And it's the card of justice, right? In life, we all make choices over time. Sometimes they're good choices, sometimes they're bad choices, right? Sometimes we wish we could go back and change some of the things that we did, but it is what it is, right? The past is in the past. The important thing is to make amends, to learn from our mistakes, and to move forward. So I feel with this card of justice, it's about bringing things back into balance. And I feel like your past experiences are going to help you be a better parent to your child because you are going to have a wealth of experiences to help get you, to where you want to be. So this is saying everything is going to, in the end, everything will balance itself out, right? Sometimes this card justice can be tied to karma too, right? But again, we started with this two of wands. So if there's anything like what this is saying is now is the time. Now is the time to start. Like we can't be looking back towards the past. We have to be looking forward towards the future. Because if not, it makes it really, really hard, right? To take any kind of decisions or steps. And I think somebody said this, the parent is the guide. But what I was going to say is there is no guide, right? There is no manual, how to manual on how to be a parent. Unfortunately, right? Like if you had a great parent, you could model their behavior, but if you didn't, it could be like trial and error, right? You may have to try things in different ways in order to figure out what's going to work. So be a little bit more forgiving of yourself and know that I don't think that you're going to be a good parent. I feel that all the things that the fact that you're asking this question tells me that you're mature enough to be thinking about these things. So if you've gotten to this point, I feel like you're gonna make corrections and you're gonna be able to use your experiences to help shape your children's future. Let me know if that makes sense for you. The less I guide, the what? Scotty. Yes, if you come from a broken family, you get worried whether you put the kids through the same. But here's the thing, right? We all have something called free will. And I use this as example all the time, right? I chose when I had kids, I chose to do things differently than what was done to me. That's a conscious choice that I made, right? I know people that instead repeated what what they saw growing up, what was done to them, they repeated that. That's a choice that they made. So, if you are a person who has a little bit of self-awareness, I feel like that is the first step. That is the first step. I think awareness is really, really important. And I would just say, try not to be so hard on yourself because none of us are perfect. We all make mistakes. But I feel like with kids, we have a chance to do things over. I think we have a chance to do things over. Focus on the future and not my past. That's exactly right. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yes, love that. That is so true, Karen. Break the cycle. Don't bring the past with you. Are you going to be able to do that every single time? I don't know. Sometimes it's hard, right? But Um, Again, like having awareness is really, really helpful because when you catch yourself doing something and you're like, oh, there it is, I'm doing it again. Like the more that you do that, the more aware you become of it, the easier it is to start to change that behavior, right? It takes time. Nothing is like overnight. Yeah. You are very, very welcome. Thank you for letting me read for you, and I wish you all the best. Congratulations. And come back and see us and let us know how everything is going. Awesome. All right. Yeah, yeah. I had a friend in high school that made all kinds of terrible choices and then turned out to be an excellent, parent with no father figure in their life. So it can be, it can work. It can work. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Awesome. All right. So next up we have Ashish. It's been a while. Thank you for coming back. Ashish, I need to move on from the connection of Lavisha. Last time I um spoke to her was September of 2024, but you still have feelings, is that right? That's what I'm thinking. You still have feelings for her. Back. Oh, Crystal Davis. Okay. Yeah, I read for you, but you weren't here. But I think if you rewind the live, you'll see where your reading was. All right. So let's read for Ashish. And let me use this deck right here. Okay. All right. I need to move on. So I'm taking it that you're asking for advice. Move on from Lavisha. Move on from Lavisha. I never went to a toga party either. I think that was Jim Belushi. All right. Ashish. Ashish, I'm going to use the Clueless Tarot deck. Not that you are clueless, but I find that this deck is perfect for this type of reading. All right. I was intending to pull um I was intending to pull 3 cards, but we have 4, and that's okay. We're just going to go with it. All right. The first card is the Four of Swords, right? So usually this is a card of taking a break or a rest, but clearly you've already been kind of doing this since September of 2024. That's a very long time. September 2024, we're in 2026, a year and a half since the break. So this kind of tells me with this 4 energy, you might be like, the energy may be stagnant right now. The energy might be stagnant and it might be time to bring in something fresh or something new. And I think that's why we're getting this King of Swords here, because you get to direct your thoughts, right? The King of Swords is a leader. They have very clear, logical thinking. They're very strategic about how they handle situations and people. And so this might be suggesting that you may have to kind of change up your thought process when it comes to this person. Okay? Now, card that has come up for you, right? I feel like this is your current energy right now. You've been taking a break from this relationship or this situation, and you have the King of Swords coming up. But then, what do you need to do? You have the Three of Wands here. So this is kind of saying it's time to get out there and do something. Threes are connected to growth, and to stretching your wings a little bit, maybe trying something different. Something in what you're doing right now is stagnant, and that is what needs to change in order to bring in this fresh energy, because you have the Ace of Wands here. So this tells me there is something new coming in, a new opportunity, a new blessing. But you have to get out of the funk that you're in right now in order to start doing those things. Like, over there's very heavy masculine energy in these cards, right? Swords is thought, mindset, communication, and then both of these cards are fire energy. Both of these cards are fire energy. So I feel like there's a little bit of an imbalance here. I feel like we need to get you some advice. Um, I'm gonna use the Love Oracle. Because that's what it's here for. Possibilities. Possibilities. This is very, very cheesy, but I'm gonna say it anyways. I don't know if you saw the movie, the vampire movie Twilight, right? In the I forgot what part it is where Edward breaks up with Bella and he takes off and she goes into this deep depression. There's a song in that movie, and that is the word possibilities. And that is the first thing that came to my mind when I pulled this out, is that maybe you've been sitting in this low energy for a really long time. You're really going to have to take the lead on shifting your perspective and how you think about things so that you can start seeing the possibilities. That's the only way that you're going to bring in this fire energy. Here, the keywords for this card: possibility, free spirited, adventure, risks. Okay, risks are very connected to this fire energy. I feel like you're gonna have to get out of this comfort zone that you're in, that is not helping you, it's not benefiting you at all. And start taking a few risks, change up some of the things that you're doing. um, if you have hobbies, change it up. Like, try to do something different where you're putting yourself out there and maybe coming in contact with other people, maybe spending more time outdoors in nature, and meeting people in more organic ways. That's kind of what I get from this reading. I feel like something needs to change, something that you There's a saying that says, like, you can't do everything the same every single day and expect big change. Like, you have to change something. What did I miss? I don't know. Is something happening? All right. Ashish, I'm gonna pause there. Let me know what your thoughts are. Thanks a lot. Oh no, Ashish. You're welcome. Sorry if this isn't, what you wanted to hear, but I do believe that something, your mindset is very positive. Okay. Your mindset is very positive. This person is still like latched into your heart, right? So if we want to shift that, we have to change something else. Like something else has to change. It could be activities. I don't think that you're in a funk or in a depression. So I don't think that that's it at all. But I do think that there's a reason that that person is still in your heart. And that probably requires you to do some deeper introspection into that and get more curious and ask yourself deeper questions. Like, why am I still thinking of this person? Why is it that I'm struggling to move on from this person? What is it about this person that I miss? Is it something that's directly tied to that person or something that you could perhaps find in yourself or in someone else? So when I say that your mind the mind needs to shift, it could be shift to thinking more about yourself and less about that person, if that makes sense. Let me know. Hi, Debs. How are you? All right. I'm gonna put that deck aside. I was thinking that the connection can work out. Have you have you had any because you said that you haven't had any discussions or connections with them since then. Have they reached out to you at all? Have you reached out to them? Like, what do you think would happen if you reached out to them? Perhaps the question needs to change. Maybe the question should be something different. Have you tried engaging with this person again? And if you have not, is there something that is holding you back? I mean, we don't know until you have not tried. Okay, you don't know until you try. If this person is someone that you would like to, you know, then I think it might be worth it to reach out and just, test the waters and see what happens. Reach out to them, see if they might be interested in going for, a cup of coffee or a walk, or, something like that, something with no commitment so that they feel comfortable and just, but you have to go into it with like a no strings attached. Like if they're open to it, fantastic. And if they're not open to it, you have to be, you have to kind of deal with that once you get there, right? If they don't answer you, then by not answering, they've given an answer, right? Like no communication says a lot. So, if you are hoping to try to reopen that door again, then you may have to take that first step and ask. Did you like communicate with them via like text, or did you talk on the phone, or did you run into them at work or at school, or it has to feel organic, whatever it is. I'm gonna pull a little card from this deck and just kind of see what it comes out. This one is called Divine Doors. So let me see if there's any advice or guidance from Spirit for you for this situation. It's right here. Oh, that's interesting. I'm gonna show you the card. Like, just judging by this card, like the door's not closed all the way. The door's not closed all the way, so there's a possibility there. But you won't know until you try. That door is partially open. So, this is the card of the Sacred Lotus. Compassion in action. The chosen tool. I see now the lotus in your spirit's jewel. A bit of a riddle there. But I feel that if you have compassion in your heart, like this is talking about two things. It's talking about compassion, it's talking about a lotus. You know that a lotus blooms in adversity. And once it blooms, it's absolutely beautiful. But you won't know until you approach that door. And if you decide to do that, you have to approach with boldness and with confidence. She lives in a different city. Okay, so you can't set up like a meet cute, right? Like you can't like set up a chance happening. You're gonna have to be intentional with how you decide to approach the situation. A mood ring. Which one? All right. That is my advice to you. Sometimes it's better to know so that you could decide what to do next than not to know. I think the not knowing is what's been holding you in this position for so long. And that could be that stagnant energy that I was talking about. All right. Good luck to you, Ashish. Let me know how everything goes. And thank you for coming back. Appreciate you. Okay. All right, Kathleen, you're up, my dear. All my beautiful friends. Kathleen, let me know if you are here. 67 degrees for you. Okay. Here it is 60. Here it is 60 degrees. And I know it's cold, but there's going to be a cold front in Florida. And the temperature is going to drop into the 20s, which is unheard of here. We haven't had temps that low in over a decade. All right, Kathleen is here. Awesome. Okay, and just wanting guidance. Okay. Well, I can use this deck here. This was a deck that I recently received, Divine Doors, and it's perfect for guidance. Carolina is the warmest. Yeah. Oh, there it is right there. Let me see. I'm going to show you the card. This card shows a bunch of different doors or openings. And this is a very long path, and you cannot see the end at the end, right? So if you're in a situation where you're waiting for the light at the end of the tunnel, like it's not there yet, but you're getting close. I can tell because of the way that the light is pouring in right here. There's no light in the doorway, but the light is coming in. So if you're in that kind of situation, you're getting close. And the message on the back of the card says, I challenge you to unpack your mind. In meditation's grace, the soul can unwind. So it's recommending meditation for you. And then it says, breathe in, breathe out, let go of doubt. Let me know if that makes sense for you, Kathleen. And if it's like, if it makes sense and you want me to do a deeper reading on that, I can. Just let me know. Yes, it makes sense. Okay. Do you want me to pull more cards around that idea of letting go of doubt? Okay, no problem. We can do that. So let me use Metamuse. I really like this Divine Doors deck. Okay, so Kathleen is being invited to meditate and let go of doubt. What advice can we offer her? Ooh, I'm going to stop right here because the card is a deep card. It's the Chariot, and the Chariot is a major arcana card, and this is the card of, um, to me, this is a card of a lot of things. It could be strength and willpower. But basically, what this card says is that that chariot is gonna move forward when you're ready. And basically, like everything is ready. This is the universe saying, we're ready for you. Let us know when you're ready. That's basically what this is saying. Notice how there's like a sphinx on each side. One is black and one is white. That speaks to duality, right? There's two opposing things, and you need to find a way to bring those two together so that you could do what you want to do. And I read something interesting recently about the chariot being like basically like taking your home on your back. Because if you notice, the chariot is moving away from that town in the background, right? It's almost like branching out to do something new, which could feel uncomfortable. It could feel uncomfortable because it could feel like you're leaving your comfort zone to chart uncharted waters. But the reins, like you control the reins. The reins are in your hands, and you get to decide what your next steps are. You get to decide which way you're going to go. So, what this card is saying is like, don't let the universe, like, oh, whatever happens, happens. No, like, take an active part in what you're going to do next, what steps you're going to take, how you want to proceed. And basically, when you're ready, that chariot is ready. This the chariot card is tied to Cancer. The chariot card is tied to Cancer. So there's a huge sense of like hold on one second, because I just received a new gift, and I want to put it to use. And it's this book right here, Tarot and Astrology. So I'm going to look it up real quick and see if there's any nuggets in here that could help based on the astrology of the card. Which is the Chariot. Chariot is over here. All right, what order is this in? Okay. It's in order of the planets, of course. So I'm gonna have to go to the here. Table of contents, Chariot, page 50. All right, so I'm going to show you the card again, and then I'm going to tell you what it says in here, okay? The Chariot corresponds to Cancer, and Cancer is the sign of motherhood, of home, and of family life. Remember how I said that this is like taking your home with you, right? At first glance, the sign doesn't seem to have much in common with the adventurous spirit of the Chariot card, but look again. You'll soon discover that the charioteer never leaves her home and family for long. I love that. The typical Cancer individual is far more like the charioteer than you might expect. At first, charioteers traveled in an early version of the mobile home. Both Cancer and the charioteer are also remarkably resourceful, intuitive, and protective, all valuable resources for the traveler on the go. And remember, Cancer is represented by the crab. Remember, the crab has that hard shell that protects their interior, right? They keep all the soft, mushy stuff inside. I feel like this is such a great confirmation for you. Let me know if this is helping you at all, or if I'm just getting a kick out of reading this. I like this part too because there's a little this like element of timing with this card, right? The sun is in Cancer between June 22nd and July 23rd. The start of the sign is the summer solstice, and it is also the first day of summer. So that makes it a cardinal sign of leadership and of new beginnings. Both the sign and the chariot card represent leaders who are not afraid to dive into new experiences and adventures. So I love this. Cancer rules the area of the breast and the stomach, which indicates a mother's lifelong role as a nurturer, right, to their children. And this doesn't have to be physical children, this could be nurturing your projects, things that you love very much, that you believe in, that you want to see. Hmm. Yes, and the full moon is on the second. No, the first. The first. So I think that there's a beautiful connection here. Hopefully this helps you. If you have any kind of doubt, I feel like the chariot is saying more than anything, you can do this. You have this. You have this. And the universe, I feel like this is the universe saying, we have your back. We can be the wind beneath your sails. We can help you get from point A to point B. They're like, in essence, cheering you on. So I feel like that is the message that I'm getting for you for that card. That's beautiful. Wow. I like having this book handy. This is going to be very helpful. Let me know. The moon will be in Cancer on the 31st. Ooh, that's cool. All right, Kathleen, let me know your thoughts. Another question. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay, from Scotty. All right. Okay, Kathleen, let me know if you have uh, that makes sense for you. I shall have a sip sip. Beautiful, beautiful. The other thing I like is like, look at these two cards together. Look at the red here and look at the red on the chariot. Love that. All right. Hopefully Kathleen is getting this. And maybe I hope she doesn't have any lag. Scotty has a question in the chat. Yeah, I have that here and I'm gonna be reading for Scotty next. I just wanted to make sure that Kathleen was good. It's important for me as a reader to, get feedback from the querent so that I know if I'm on the right track or if the energy is off, if the reading makes sense or not. Ooh, that's powerful. After many years of grieving, I am ready. I'll move on. I mean, that chariot card says yes, do it. Wow, that's powerful. Thank you for sharing that, Kathleen. Wow, wow, wow. Hi, Sophia. Welcome in. All right. So, Kathleen, thank you so much for popping in. And I'm gonna move over to Scotty. Okay, I see your question, Scotty. And I will. Okay, you're welcome, my friend. You're welcome. All right. So, Scotty, you're a no nonsense kind of guy. So, we're gonna use Beetlejuice for you. Beetlejuice. Gosh, I love how this deck shuffles. Oh, it's so nice. Some of my cards lately, some of these mass market decks, it feels like they're cutting into your hands because the cardstock is so thick and uncomfortable. Awesome. Okay. Relationship. Because at this point, I'm not sure. Give her a chance or bounce. All right. So there's Scotty. And then the chick. What's her deal? Oh my God. Okay. Advice. Ooh. All right, Scotty. So it's interesting because I pulled a card for you, I pulled a card for the other person, and then I pulled a card for advice. And the card for you and the card for the other person are both majors. Okay, so I feel like that is pivotal because both of you are going through big things right now. For you, we have the Hierophant. I don't know if you remember this character from from the movie. This is the the guy that comes in to marry Beetlejuice to Lydia. But you have the Hierophant. And for me, the Hierophant is like this is like a spiritual teacher. And I don't know that you're the spiritual teacher, but I feel like you're undergoing spiritual change right now, which is big. And when we're going through this, like we evolve as people. And I feel like you're going through a little bit of that right now. And then for the other person, we have the death card. They're also going through very powerful change and transformation, which is why you could potentially be getting hot cold feelings from them. They're going through stuff too. They're going through stuff too, and it may not be easy. But the advice that I got, Ace of Cups. Ace is a new beginning. And the cups, that's emotions. That's the space of water. So I kind of feel like right now, the way things are going, I would say give it a chance. With this Ace of Cups, this is telling me give it a chance. Sometimes sticking it out shows character. If you see someone at their worst, the best has yet to come. Yeah, that is very, very true. Let me know if that makes sense, Scotty. But I feel like hanging in there just a little bit longer is going to be worth it. Okay. All right. I wish you luck. I wish you luck. That's awesome. I love this deck. This Beetlejuice never disappoints. Oh my God. And I saw that Ace of Cups come out in the middle of those two green cards. I was like, whoa, that's awesome. All right. And next is Sophia. That is so true. That makes sense. Okay, good. Good, good, good. All right. Sophia is next. Sophia's question was, will Mitchell call me about the job? About the job. Thank you. I might even let her know where I live at. Scotty. Oh my gosh, Scotty. All right, Sophia, let me know if you're here and I can read for you. Sophia was just here earlier. They have probably like met up, like, oh, meet me at such and such at 7 o'clock. They've probably done that, you know, because, in the beginning, you never know. You never know. Okay, Sophia. All right, perfect. So, will Mitchell call me about the job? I'm gonna job. I'm gonna stick with this deck. Okay, so Sophia, your question is a yes no question. So yes no questions are very difficult with the tarot. I'm gonna pull a card and I can either tell you yes, no, or maybe. Okay? Oh. I'm gonna call this phobia of stalking. Gotta let that go. Oh, all right. I'm gonna say this is a card of maybe. Okay, we have the Knight of Cups. Knights are action figures, right, in the tarot. So this is the energy that comes through. They're on a mission and they're here to get stuff done. Because this is in cups, that means it's emotional. Like usually this energy is like the type of, wear your heart on your sleeve, not afraid to express emotions. And you could see clearly in the card here that Lydia is less than happy that she's being forced to marry Beetlejuice. So with this card, it could be a yes or it could be a no. It's too hard to do a yes no. When was your interview? Let me ask you this. When was your interview? I know these are pretty cool. Beetlejuice deck is so good. Oh, and you missed when I did the Beetlejuice walkthrough. I don't think you came to that. You were there for Clueless and you didn't know the movie this morning. Okay. So it's still too early. But I'm gonna give you two tips. Okay. Number one, send a thank you note. Email. Okay. Send the email thank you note. That's number one. And then what I would say is follow up in 1 week. Allow 1 week to go by and then send a follow up. And that's going to be my advice to you. It's still too early to tell. And this Knight of Cups energy, it could be weird. This could be their energy, this could be your energy. This could be you like feeling emotional because you're in a situation where you really want the job, and this could potentially answer a lot of prayers for you, but this could be, them too. So it's really hard. Definitely this is a maybe. This is a maybe. Let me know if you're still here, Sophia. This is a maybe. I'm going to pull an oracle card for you. Well, actually, Divine Doors is working out, so let's pull some inspiration from Divine Doors. Okay. It's right here. I'm going to show you. It's a beautiful door. And then I'm going to read what it says on the other side, okay? In thanks of my spirit, safe and sound, all things that are lost so can be found. That to me sounds very affirming. That to me sounds very positive. Okay? So I'll leave it at that. I'll read it one more time. In thanks of my spirit, safe and sound, all things that are lost can be found. That is the advice for you. Awesome, awesome. Wow. We got through the list fast. We got through the list fast. Sophia, let me know if that makes sense for you. Beautiful. All right, so I'm going to put that aside. That was a beautiful pull from that card. From that deck. And then Beetlejuice is right here. All right. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. All right, so if there's anybody else in the chat or anyone who's lurking, this would be a good time. If you are waiting on or would like a reading, that would be great. Damn, Desiree. Anyone else? I took my mascara off. I'm ready to shut it down. Let me know your thoughts. And then it was, oh, your eyeliner, your eyeliner. She said, ah! And it got all over her. She spit me. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. All right. So then I'm in. Oh, Debs is in. Debs is in. Debs, I have a selection of decks here. Is there a nature to your question? I don't know what your question was, but this is the card that fell out. Four of Swords. Time to take a break, a rest. And if you're familiar with the movie, she took something. She took a Percocet or something and it knocked her out so she could sleep because she felt like this is a hellhole. I can't live in this house until I change it into something, revolutionary. All right, let me see. Yeah, Beetlejuice deck. Am I in the right heart space? Okay, that's a yes no question, but I'll read on that topic, but we have to change it up a little bit. Heart space. Heart space. I feel like that might be an oracle card question. So let me get Cosmic Crossroads and we'll see what it says. I'll get this here. The Beetlejuice deck is so awesome. I love reading with it. I love reading with it. Okay, let me see. Right path, right attitude, just the general. Yeah. Maybe we could say, what do you need to know to move forward in your path? Advice for Debbie to move on in her path. Advice for Debs. Debs. I just called you Debbie. I don't know why. Ooh, interesting. We have this card right here. It's card number 32. And it's reflection. So let me see what it says in here. 32. Reflection. I'm gonna move that there. I'm gonna put this here. Okay. Reflection is a beautiful gift of time and patience that we give to ourselves. Through the act of reflection, we communicate to our inner self that we are worth being seen and known. It is the slow meditation of self awareness that leads us to a deeper understanding and acceptance of who we are. If you pull this card, then those might be a deeper meaning to your current circumstances. Take a step back from how the situation appears to be and look at it without judgment or bias. Is there an underlying reason that is driving these events? And if so, try and let this new information expand your current understanding and transform how you approach your actions or the situation. So, you, my friend, are being invited to reflect. Ooh, it offers you a ritual, Debs, and the ritual is paper and pen. So you know what that means. It's time for some automatic writing. It's time for journaling. Are you a crystals person? Taking, yes. Yeah. If you're a crystals person, this is recommending pink rhodonite, which pink rhodonite is like very, very good for self-love and self-acceptance and beautiful. Okay, do you have pink rhodonite? Lots of crystals. Beautiful. I know I love rhodonite too. I don't have rhodonite here, but here, I'll send you an amethyst. I'll send you an amethyst. But pink rhodonite is really beautiful. I love rhodonite and rhodochrosite. I love both of them. I have rhodonite. I'm going to show you because I have two pieces that are really unique. So let me see where I have them right now. Because I had one. No, that's rhodochrosite. Where's the rhodonite? Did I move it? I think I moved it. All right. I moved it, but I'm going to go get it. I don't know if you can hear my crystals rattling. Right here. Got them. Okay. Okay. So I have this one. Oh, you can see the glare. But look how pretty this one is. There. And then this one is really unique. The entire thing is pink. There's very little black in this one. It usually looks like this, but this one is almost all pink. Ooh, good catch. Good catch. There you go. So that's what you need to do, my friend. Work with those crystals, do some journaling, and see what comes to you. No expectations, no judgment, no bias. Just see what comes to you. You love those? They're pretty, right? Yeah. I also love like rhodochrosite. I love that. You should make a bracelet. Ooh, yeah. I should. I should do that. Awesome. Indigo, how are you? Welcome back. You're gonna get your haircut tomorrow if you don't get snowed in. Oh my gosh, that's insane. Okay, Indigo, you have a question. Should I focus more on a job that will pay well or a job that will make me happy? All right, that's a great question. I'm happy to read for you on that topic. Oh, I feel like my decks are like all over the place. Let's go with Clueless. She likes to keep everything simple. So let's see. Mr. Bits came back. Oh my gosh, you're back. I've been listening. Oh my gosh. Mr. Bits. Mr. Bits. Yes. Thank you for listening too, by the way, because I do notice that like a lot of people like sometimes it's hard to stay in the chat because you have other things to do, but you want to be supportive. And I do notice that a lot of times like, people will leave the video playing, which is so helpful for me because I'm trying to, earn my watch hours and it's really hard. So I do appreciate that, even if you're not available to like, you know, chat or come into, the thing, even if you just play the video, it's really helpful. Sometimes you need the chatter. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Doing origami and listening. Oh, I do all kinds of things when I'm doing videos. I like to work in my journal or work on art projects. Today I was organizing like my desk space and getting rid of some clutter and shredding some documents, and I was able to listen to a bunch of it. I caught Clint's replay. I watched the whole thing. He had such a great live the other night, and he goes live really late, so it's hard for me to stay up. But I got to catch the replay. It was good. Yes, it does. Yeah. Oh, and I love like cause Laura, Lakeside Laura, sometimes she does those like meditation, the singing bowls or whatever. So I'll play that in the background while I'm doing stuff, and I feel like I'm being healed and I'm working on stuff at the same time. Although I chatted with a friend of mine this week and she said, we haven't been to the sound healing place in a really long time. We should go. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I have not gone to sound healing like live in person in such a long time that I was just like, oh my gosh, I agree. I would love to do that. All right, so we're gonna pull cards for indigo, and there's two options on the table. So I'm gonna pull a card for one, a card for the other, and then a card for advice. Okay, so um I do monthly oracle card readings at the start of the month. Oh, that would be amazing. Put your channel in the chat so we can follow you, Indigo. That would be amazing. Absolutely. Okay. So this is, no, I gotta do that again. Oh my God, I'm distracted. Hold on, let me clear energy. All right. So, thank you, Mr. Bits. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna pull a card for a job that pays well. Wow. And then we're gonna pull a card for a job that makes you happy. And then we're gonna pull a card for advice. All right. This is cute. A card for if you focus on the job that's gonna pay well. We have the judgment card, okay? And I mean, you know what the judgment card is, but like I can't help but bring in the movie into this scene. This is where she says, if she can't do the assignment, I can't do mine. Whatever. So I kind of feel like I don't know if that's the right path for you. This is you and it's interesting because for the should I focus on more money or what makes me happy, both of those cards are major arcanas. Both are majors. So for the first one, should I focus on a job that will pay me well? We're getting like this, message from the universe like whatever. It's like calling you to kind of rise up and and perhaps maybe see the deeper aspect of that question is kind of what I get from that. And then on the flip side of that, a job that makes you happy, we have the Hierophant. And here you have like the teacher, right, at the front of the class. I feel like this, like instantaneously, I feel like you stand to learn so much more and to be in a position where not only that you could learn, but also that you could help or teach others if you pursue the one that makes you happy versus this one that is almost like invites judgment. This invites judgment. It's like all eyes are on her. So, the advice, Four of Wands. The advice is do the one that makes you happy. Do the one that makes you want to sing, want to dance, want to, celebrate. That is the message that I have for you. What makes you feel alive? Ta. I think to me, it's clear. I don't want Amber to be leading me. And a lot of times when you do the job that pays more money, you have to self-sacrifice a lot of bits and pieces of yourself. And at the end of the day, you're constantly trying to make somebody else happy, make somebody else recognize you, make somebody else notice your work. That's kind of what I get with this card. Like a lose-lose situation. Whereas with the Hierophant, like the Hierophant is connected to card number 5. I mean, to the number 5. So, that's connected to challenges. Well, what's the beauty of challenges? Well, the beauty is that we get to learn from those experiences. I feel like this is just overall better for you. I don't think it's going to be easy street if you choose this. That's the other thing I'll say. If you choose the road that makes you happier, I don't think it's going to be easy street, but I do think that you're going to learn from it. And in the long run, you're going to be better off for it. That's kind of what I get from this reading. Let me know if that makes sense for you. Scenery, can't go wrong with the trees. Yeah. Wait, what? I spent several years working in a dungeon without windows. The next job I took for less pay because it had a window and a tree outside. Oh, I love that. I love that. My headset ran out of a battery, so you might hear a fluctuation in the sound. Thank you. I keep getting similar readings from different people. Universe giving me clear messages. I just need to listen. Awesome. Fist bump. Fist bump. Love that so much. All right, perfect. I know I wanted to play around with this Clueless deck. It reads so well. Beetlejuice too. I love both of these decks. They're good. They're good. And like today's already the 30th, tomorrow's the 31st, and then that's it. We're in February. So I'm gonna be swapping all of my decks. I'm gonna get all my self-love and self-care decks out, all of my romantical decks. And I kind of feel like Clueless just needs to stay. Clueless just needs to stay. I fist bumped in the air in front of my screen. I love that. Oh my gosh. Mr. Bits, I did the reverse. I took a promotion. I lost my window corner office. You see? You don't know. Sometimes you don't know. I sat down and cried today. Wait, why? You feel better? Because when you cry, you release those enzymes or whatever. I don't know, like the scientific, part of it or whatever, but I know that happens for real. You feel better? I noticed that some of these decks, they're meant to shuffle a certain way. So if you try, like if you notice that your deck is starting to like curve and you try to turn it around and shuffle it the opposite way, it cuts your hand. Shoving his religion down my neck. Oh, that's the worst. Like you shouldn't be talking about religion at work. Do they know nothing? I do my readings pre-recorded as a premiere so I can be in the chat, and I'll probably film it tonight and put it up. Oh, okay. You should do it live. A lot of people don't like to do the live readings because, what if you have, there's so many what ifs that could happen. But I feel like since I started reading live, that my readings have become clearer. They tend to hit more often. They tend to, and I still have moments where I do a reading and it doesn't really land with the other person. But it's a work in progress. So I like it because I like to get feedback from the person. I did a reading like face to face for someone a couple of days ago, and it was great because then they give you feedback like right then and there. So that's pretty cool. Thought it was a puncture. What? Lives are fun. Yeah. And there's no editing. I like that. I pre-record most of my content, but I go live once a week. And I agree. Like, it's easy it takes some getting used to. I will say that because sometimes it feels like you're just kind of talking to yourself. Or if you start the live and no one's there just yet, then you might feel like um, I think it's important to have some kind of agenda just in case nobody comes in right away, or just start automatically with a collective, because then people see you pulling cards and they'll ask you if you could read for them. So it just depends. I don't edit either. Yeah, editing is not for everyone. For some reason, when I do readings live, I'm able to kind of go off of the cuff, right? But when I am filming at home, I get lost in my thoughts a lot. So sometimes when I'm editing, all of a sudden I'm like, I'll be silent for like a minute and I'm like, what am I thinking about? Like, what just happened there? Why am I quiet for so long? But I'm just processing information, which is something I can't do when I'm doing live readings. When I'm doing live readings, I have to go and say what I see. But when I'm reading, like, and I'm just sitting at home recording, then I allow myself space to process as I go. And because of that, that means, sometimes I just pause and my mind, goes all over the place. So, yeah. Neuroscience. There's an awesome book that came out about neuroscience. I was thinking it might be helpful to get that. Let me see. Tequila and pills. Desiree, what is that all about? How many decks do you have? I think I have. I think I just passed like 100. So maybe like less than 110, and it's a mix of Oracle and Tarot. So that's most of what I have. I have one Lenormand deck. I have one Thoth deck, and everything else is like RWS Tarot and Oracle. Hundreds. I don't have hundreds. I have 100. Ah, yes, I just learned about dendrites. I saw them. They were like two hands. You know that song, Hands, Helping Hands, touching me, touching you. That's what it reminded me of. It was like these two little hands stretching out, and then all of a sudden they connected and fused. It was so cool. I am more into like how psychology works and getting into the strange stuff where it's consciousness stored and stuff like that. Oh, I get it. Yeah, Neil Diamond. Yeah, that's who sings that song, right? Neil Diamond. Sweet Caroline? Is that what it's called? That's a classic. That's a classic. He sang my song. Desire? Oh, do I know that song? I don't know if I know that song. Desire? I don't know if I know that song. All right. So I think that we caught up and did all of the people that were in the chat that were waiting for questions. So my final question to you, if anyone would like a message from the Divine Doors deck, we can close out with that. This is a very cool deck. I just got it. It was a gift, and it's beautiful, and I will show you the door and read you the message, and you can do with it what you like. So let me know if you want me to pull a divine door for you. Just put me and I will pull one for you. I have one each of tarot and oracle for mermaids, fairies, and cats. Oh, I like themed decks. Oracle decks for spirit and nature, and tarot for butterflies. Oh, there's a couple of butterfly decks right now. Okay, Indigo, I will pull a door for you. Ooh, it already came out right here. I love this. It's like the view of the door. Like this view indicates that you stood up and you just looked up. That's what this kind of gives me. You see that? Okay, so this says freedom flows. Don't hold yourself back from worldly freedom. Dream grand things for divine sacred reason. They tried to make everything rhyme. Don't hold yourself back from worldly freedom. Dream grand things for divine sacred reasons. You know what they say? I always mess this up. Hold on. Energy goes where intention flows, or is it the other way around? Intention flows where energy goes, or something like that. You get the point. Anyways, that's for you, my dear. And then a door for Desiree. Ooh, Desiree. This is one of my favorites because I think this is one of the only doors where there's water down here. Do you see that? It's a beautiful card. So this one says, distant dream. The distance calls your heart to roam free. As you dare dream it, so must it be. Okay? The distance calls your heart to roam free. As you dare dream it, so must it be. So that's saying don't just dream it, do it. Don't just dream it, do it. Message heard. I feel like I'm on a transformative journey this year. That's amazing. I love that. Okay, and then a door for Scotty. Someone's knocking on my door. Scotty. Ooh, Scotty. Oh, this is so good. I love this card because this one is like not a door let me in. This is like a door let me out. And also, like, this kind of gives the idea that you have to kind of that you're rising from the place that you're at to go towards the light. I love this. Now, this one is called Heart Healing. Yes, it's like a path, a pathway. Heart healing, and it says morning. Okay, it says morning, but not morning like good morning. Yeah, I was like, what the heck? It's mourning like when you're mourning the loss of something. Hi, Maji. Welcome in. All right, so this one says, mourning now has had its time. Do not pay it a single dime. Emerge from the darkness, a new day starts. Let light embrace the healing heart. Wow, that is so, so cool. I love that for you, Scotty. All right, and then a door for Cyan. Hi, Cyan, welcome in. I'm just pulling a card from the door deck. Oop, right here. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. So you may detect the difference in sound because I ran out of battery, but this is the doorway. Can you see that, or is the light like way too bright? Hold on. Is that the lowest setting? Oh my god, I shut it off. This is me in darkness. Oh, it's too dark. Okay, hold on. Then there. Okay. Is that better? Do you see that? It's like this. It's you can see the light. There's a tunnel. You can see the light, and it's the architecture is very clean and inviting, and the path is straight and direct. So it's called A Moment's Joy, and it says, sand through the hourglass, yet time could stand still. A moment lasts forever in the bliss of the heart's will. That's beautiful. Sand through the hourglass, yet time could stand still. A moment lasts forever in the bliss of the heart's will. Beautiful card. Beautiful card for you. I know. That's very pale. It's because this one is like ivory. The thing is the it's like an ivory color. It's really gorgeous though. It's like the only card in the deck that is like this. All the other doorways seem so like elaborate. It's really interesting. I kid you not. I did a really important reading in 2013, an important time in my life. The reading was labeled Healing Heart. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's amazing. That was exactly what your card was called. Healing Heart. That's what it was called. That was yours. I think that Scotty had a reading done for him in 2013. It had to be important because you still remember it. And that was what, 13 years ago. Ooh, they say 13 is a magical number. 13, 13. Time to return. Oh, I love that. I love that. Maji, can I ask a question from your tarot? Yeah, I can we can do a question for you, Maji. Are you still here? Hold on, I didn't see that earlier, so I'm sorry I skipped. Let me know. Let me know if you're still here. Cyan, what's next for me professionally? All right. Yeah, Desiree. I had to go delete my own what you call my own troll. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. So 13 moons in a year, yeah. 13 is a magical number. All right, Maji, let me know if you're still here. We had a troll. Yeah, I got him. Don't worry. I got him. a troll of the sexual nature. All right. Maji, let me know if you here. Okay, you're here. Okay. What was your question, Maji? And I'll read for you. And then after I read for you, I can read for Cyan. Cyan, what's next to me professionally? All right. Let me ask my question. Okay. Sachimina, 2069. I'm looking forward to 2069. Scotty too. All right. Oh my goodness. Okay. So while we wait for Maji to form the question, can I take a bio break? Can I take a bio break, please? I'll be right back. All right, Maji, I see your question. Let me take a bio break and I'll be right back and then I'll read for you. Okay? And then there was another question in there. Ben Bacon. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, you saw my chair? My chair is clear. All right. Amazing. Are we charged? Almost. Okay. He loves your chair. All right. All right, I'm looking for the question. Okay. I want to know what her feeling towards me right now. Her name is Saji. Okay. Let's do that. We're going to use the Meta Muse. And I'll give her a shuffle. Hi, Alicia. How are you? All right. And okay. So I'm going to pull, I think, Maji, I'll pull a card for you, and then a card for her, and then a card for advice. All right. So can we have a card for Maji? Okay, and then a card for her. Ooh. And a card for advice. Wow. All right. So, Desiree, thank you. I see Alicia's question. There was a question before Alicia. I want to say, I don't remember the name, but there was someone that came in right around the same time as Maji, and they had a question as well. Cyan, Cyan. Cyan, Cyan. Okay, yeah. So, all right. Okay, Maji. Meta Muse. Musel. You're so silly. Okay, so this is the third time tonight that this happens to me. Maji, I pulled a card for you, a card for her, and then a card for advice. This is the third time that when I pull, the energy for the both people have come out major arcanas, and then the middle card is a regular card. So when I pull the card for you, I get this card here, the Magician, right? This is a major arcana card, and this is a card of action. So this is a card that kind of says, um, you have all of the tools at your disposal. You have everything that you need to create your reality. Um, Again, like this is the card of like the energy of a person that makes things happen, right? Everybody has their own kind of tool and skill set that they're working with, and notice how they have like one hand in the air and one hand down. And it's kind of that idea of as above, so below, right? There's a lot of flowers on this card. We see the caduceus, and you can see that there's a symbol for each of the elements. So you have fire, you have water, you have air, you have earth. All of this is to help you achieve. So basically, what this is saying is you have more power in this situation than you think. Okay, so that's the card for you. Then the card for her is the Fool. And this is interesting because this is card 0 in the deck. This is where the Fool begins their journey, and your card is card number 1. Okay? So the Fool is the energy. Like I said, it's the very first card in the deck. It's the major arcana. Hi, Shanta. How are you? Welcome in. You're Libra. She's Aries. That makes sense with this Fool energy. The Fool energy, I mean, you could see based off the card, she's kind of like la la la, and she's just stepping off of that cliff. It part of it is because maybe sometimes they don't know the risk that's associated with their next step,
And the other part is that they're not careless, but they're free, right? They're more open to taking risks. It could be calculated risks. It doesn't have to be like you know, taking a bad risk. But this person, this energy is kind of telling me that they're like kind of open to see whatever happens. Whatever happens, happens. So you know, they may have to be convinced one way or the other. This is where your tools come in, right? You're going to have to showcase what you bring to the table and why it's worth her time um to give you the opportunity to show her, what it could be like. And then the card for advice is really beautiful because it's right here, Ace of Swords. Aces are new beginnings. It's like a gift from spirit. And the sword is about like, it's connected to the element of air. It's about the way that we think things or process things, our logical mind, the way that we strategize, the way that we communicate. So it encompasses a lot of things. But I love that the card of advice is there could be a new beginning here. There could be a new beginning here. So I feel like right now the ball is in your court. The ball is in your court. And I feel like she could go one way or the other. It just depends how well you articulate, what you're looking for. So that is my reading for you. Let me know if that makes sense. Know how to stoke the fire. Yeah. Here comes Scotty. Scotty, don't just tell them what's going down. You're welcome. And thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. Thank you for letting me read for you. And then I'll just ask any new folks coming in, please remember to hit the like button. And if the content resonates, subscribe. That's really helpful for channels like mine. Thank you. Thank you. Aries man and Aries woman is a hard fit. It is, but it is possible. I did once meet a fellow Aries that I felt like I could bond with. So it doesn't happen all the time, but it could happen. All right. Cyan, you're back. Okay, so Cyan, what's next for me professionally? Okay, so I will read for you. Beautiful. All right, so this is a professional question. I'm going to use my Oracle of Many Paths. And as you could imagine, this is a deck about the many paths that one can take on one's journey. But I find that this deck is great for career, professional readings, next steps kind of thing. What should I do? Give this deck a shuffle. This is for Cyan. What's next for me? What is next for Cyan? Wow. It just flew out. This card just flew out. Now, this is card number 22. That's an angel number, 22. And I'm going to check the book, but I believe that that is corresponding to the Ace of Wands. So I'm going to check that for you. Ace of Wands would be beautiful for this question. Yes, it is. It's the Ace of Wands. I'm going to tell you why this card is beautiful. I think you can tell just by looking at the card that it's a special card. So I'm going to show it to you right here. But aces for me are like a blessing from the divine, from the universe, from source, right? And it is gifted to you, and then it's up to you what you're going to do with it. So you have an Ace of Wands here. The keywords for this card are potential, energy and creation. Now, this card has a couple of paths on it. One is a curving path, and the other one is a disappearing path. I mentioned that because each card in this deck has something completely different happen in terms of the pathways. So I'm going to read to you what it says here. Okay. At the start, there are many possibilities, many paths. Sorry. Especially when you align your power of creation. The energy of the path of wands is unmatched. It bubbles with a creative power so great it can manifest worlds. You just need to know how to harness it. The wand is meant for you. So this is telling me kind of what we talked about, and that's an opportunity will be presented to you, and it's up to you to decide how you're going to handle that and what you choose to do with it. And remember that sometimes when opportunities are presented, sometimes they seem like a big ask, a tall order, like something that you feel like, okay, that's a little bit more than what I wanted to sign up for. But be open, be receptive, because you never know. Like, you could take that opportunity and make it work for you. It just depends. There's a lot of power with wands, right? Wand energy is connected to fire, and it's everything related to the things that motivate us, the things that inspire us, the things that drive us or move us forward. It's definitely connected. It's connected to creative energy, very connected to your solar plexus. So this is the seat of your personal power. It is completely up to you what you do with this. All I say is you will want to be sure to remain open, because sometimes opportunities come to us and we're like, yeah, no, I'm not signing up for that. But just be open, because you never know. That is my message for you. Everybody's talking about food and making me hungry. Stop it. It's just something about Aries and being told. If you ask or suggest, that's fine. But when you tell or demand, it's game over. Scotty, what's your sign again? So what's next? All right. What's next? Oop. A choice. We have the Lover's card. Card number 6. A choice. So it sounds like this new opportunity is going to put you in a situation where you're going to have to make a choice. So let's pull one final card. Okay, hold on. So the choice. So we got the new beginning with the wands. Then the Lover's card came out with the choice. And then we have card 47. Oh, Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. This is a tricky energy, because the Knight of Cups is the type of person that kind of like, this is that energy like the person kind of wears their heart on their sleeve. They're an action oriented person, but they let their emotions dictate their next steps. And I get the feeling that this would not be the right move. That would not be the right move. So the other card is 73. Oh, 73 is the 10 of Pentacles. That's where you want to be. The 10 of Pentacles is the card of legacy. It's the card of being financially secure, and not only being financially secure, but being able to care for yourself and your loved ones and set something up for the future and for down the road. So, whew, this is a lot. So there's gonna, to me, what it seems like, there is a new opportunity that's gonna be presented to you, right? You have your Ace of Wands. That opportunity is going to mean a choice, a decision that you're going to have to make. You're going to have to choose what you're willing to commit to, okay? And then because it's a choice, I never like to pull two cards, but the two cards came out. So you have the Knight of Cups and you have the Ten of Pentacles. I'm feeling like the Knight of Cups energy is not what you want. The Knight of Cups, like the Knight of Cups might be okay in like a in a relationship, but for career or finances or deciding on next steps, you never want to let decision or your decisions be weighed. You always want to use your logical mind versus, like, I mean, there's certain things where you do want to let your emotions, right? You want to choose for you the things that are going to make you happy and make sense for you, but I don't think that you need to reveal every ace up your sleeve in order to do that. I feel like that might be the wrong choice. I think the right choice is going to be, it's going to lead you to this, to success, to financial freedom, and to this is the ultimately this will be the better choice, but you have to discern that for yourself once you're presented with that opportunity. Okay. Desiree is astrologizing Scotty in the chat. Okay, Cyan, let me know. Any timeline? I don't have a timeline, but what I can do is pull a card from this deck here and look at the deck-in, and then I can give you a suggestion. It does not mean that that's going to be accurate. I don't I read tarot for self-reflection, for self-growth, for empowerment, for improvement. I don't read in a divinatory fashion, but I will pull a card for you and kind of see what comes out, and then you can let me know if I was right or wrong. How about that? All right. And Desiree, let's halt readings. You're welcome, Cyan. Hold on, and I'm going to pull one more card for you and see if we can get an idea on the timing. Timing for this opportunity. What is the timing for this opportunity? Ooh. Ooh. Wow, that's incredible, because in the other deck I got you got like the 10 of Pentacles, and then the card that just came out is the 9 of Pentacles, which is a card of fruition. It's the card of um achieving your your goals. Achieving your goals, and this is coin, right? So this is related to finances, to home, to health, to security, to career. So let me check my um okay. I see your note, Desiree. So we have here 9 of Pentacles. So I'm gonna check the book, the astrology on this card. Hold on. Pentacles right here. 9 of Pentacles, 148. All right. So I'm going to show you the card. This is the 9 of Pentacles. And this is the card of Venus in Virgo. You know that Venus is connected to love. And Virgo is, Virgo's a good card, a good sign to be in for this type of question. So, the second decan of Virgo usually falls between September 2nd and 11th. That's the timing I'm going to say. So, it looks like early fall. Early fall. So you come back and let me know if that worked out that way or not. I'd be curious to know because, like I said, I don't often read with timing that way. So it'll be something new for me. So you can keep me honest. All right. Okay, sounds good. My pleasure. Thank you for coming in and thank you for letting me read for you. Oh, I have these cards here. They go back over here. And then Alicia is the last person not answering in the chat. Okay. All right. All right. So that's good timing because I've been on for a while. 8, 9. Yeah, 3 hours. And it's almost time for, it's not card night tonight, but it's almost time for Truth Wave. And I want to make sure that if if anybody in the chat is going to Truth Wave, that have the opportunity to do that. So, Scotty wants to know why he's tingling. I don't know, Scotty. There's something that was said. Your sun was in the constellation of Pisces at the time of your birth. Oh my God. Pisces, water sign. That's the fish. Pisces, emotions. Dead center Pisces. Wow. Pisces, Pisces. Let's see. I don't know because the book is divided by the cards of the deck. So it is astrology, but it is also tarot. So it's not divided by astrology. It's divided by the cards. So let me see. There's a section I just started reading the book, so I haven't gotten very far. There's a section in the front about astrology. Pisces. The sun. No, because these are the planets over here. Yeah. So I don't know. Leo is strength. Cancer. Oh, we're getting close. Gemini. Taurus. Emperor. That's me. Roar. Okay. Pisces, the fish. Capricorn is the devil. Sagittarius is temperance. Scorpio is death. Libra, justice. Virgo is the hermit. Leo is strength. Cancer is chariot. Aquarius is the star. Pisces is the moon. And there's a full moon coming. You were born on a full moon. Wow, that's interesting. Pisces is the moon. So I'm going to read you what it says in here. Pisces is often said to be the most mystical sign of the zodiac. While most people live entirely on the dry land of observable reality, the Pisces fish are equally comfortable swimming through the deep waters of intuition and spiritual transformation. On land, Pisces can be restless, changeable, and self-destructive. In water, its energy flows in more appropriate channels. It becomes adventurous, imaginative, creative, and artistic. Those otherworldly qualities are reflected in the Pisces card, the moon, and they're fully expressed in their goddess on the card. Like the moon, Pisces is changeable. It is sensitive, compassionate, selfless, and intuitive. It can also be restless, self destructive, self pitying, and secretive. So, those are the light aspects and the dark aspects of Pisces. Throughout myth and history, the moon has usually been a feminine symbol. Since it reflects the light of the sun, it's often perceived as a mate or a companion for the sun. The moon is also the Earth's companion, a partner in time and space. She reveals herself in bits and pieces and she hides her dark side of her nature. That makes a lot of sense, actually. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, I read constellational. Okay, I don't know. I was just reading this because that's what you said, that Pisces, that he was born in the middle of Pisces. Do you feel like any of this makes sense for you, Scotty? Of what I was reading about Pisces? It looks like there's a lot of interesting things in this book. Pisces is ruled by Neptune, the planet of mystery and illusion. Mm-mm-mm. Victor, I told them we had to get off so we could get ready for Truth Wave. They don't want to listen. How are you, Victor? It's good to see you. Vedic astrology is similar, but I don't think it's the same. I thought you were reading for someone else. No, Desiree said that you were born in the middle of a Pisces full moon, so I was reading about Pisces. Oh my God, does anybody listen to me? Oh, that's awesome. I'm happy. Yep, I told everybody that tonight is not card night, but I wanted to be respectful because I know it's getting late. It's almost time for Truth Wave, so I wanted to make sure that we ended in time so that, folks can head over there. I'm so confused. It was Desiree's fault. Oh my gosh. Awesome. This was a lot of fun. I'm happy that I got to pull out this book. I feel like this book has a lot of information and it helps me to learn some of the deeper aspects of the card with astrology because astrology adds another layer. I mean, you could read tarot without it, but if you know it, then it's helpful because you can get deeper. You can go deeper. No, cause Victor has boil tonight, so no cards tonight. Maybe next week, right, Victor? Maybe next week we'll do cards. Yeah. This was fun, you guys. Go meditate in 20 minutes. It's off. It's off. I'm done with you. Oh, Karen won't be able to make it. Okay. Karen won't be able to make it. Mr. Bits is disappointed. Desiree is still getting on Scotty. Everybody's sorry. Everybody misunderstood. Oh my gosh. It must be the Pisces. Full moon. Full moon, February 1st. I don't know. For me, it's going to be full moon and also full on freeze warning because we're dropping into the 20s that night. I was like, oh, maybe I'll do a fire. Maybe not. I might freeze to death out there. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, my beautiful friends. Thank you. Thank you. This was a lot of fun. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm gonna grab. Obviously I'm not meditating, but I'm gonna grab food and sit with everybody in the chat. That's what I'm gonna do over at Truth Wave because I'm starving. I'm starving like Marvin. All right, you guys. Yeah, 20. I think it's gonna be 23. I'm freaking out. My poor mango and my avocado tree. I'm like, I gotta wrap them in blankets. I don't know if they're gonna survive. We'll see. I don't know. You're gonna get some food too. Okay. Oh, you have pho? Oh, nice. All right, people. Have a beautiful evening, and I will see you guys a bit later over at Truth Wave. Thank you, thank you. Thanks for being here. Love you guys. Bye.